Guys, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. It says here you have Russia launched a massive missile and drone strike on sleeping civilians in Kiev overnight. Fires erupted across several districts of the capital. At least 8 have been impacted, and rescue efforts are still ongoing. They're saying that this is like one of the biggest strike ever. All right, since 2022. And I did post a video over at the Real GS News, and the title was "Imminent Strike Underway." And we need to pray for a lot of people out there, guys. We need to pray for many people out there. So this is the video right here, GS News, the Real GS News. Excuse me, guys. Major retaliation underway. That was posted 7 hours ago. So, yeah, make sure you follow me on this channel here. We have more breaking news coming out. Significant air defense movements are being noted across Holy Land, with surface-to-air missiles, batteries reportedly being redeployed to air bases which were previously targeted during both of last year's large-scale ballistic missile strike by Persia. So there's a possibility the Holy Land might be preparing. Perhaps they're gonna fire something towards Persia, and Persia is gonna respond back. So Holy Land is getting their significant air defense movement activated. So once again, there's been a lot of recent movement of air defenses throughout the country. This appears to be unrelated to Barak Tamir, the simulated multiple front strike scenario. It appears that several batteries are being redeployed to critical areas, namely Novantim and Tel Nof air bases. Alright, so once again, that's a big breaking news. Here's another nation against nation, this time Finland. It says here, Finland suspected airspace violation by Russian aircraft. Past incidents typically involved Russian fighter jets or reconnaissance aircraft briefly crossing into Finnish territory, often prompting Finnish fighter jets interceptions. Alright, so we do have some more breaking news updates here, guys. The Bear tonight has launched a major ballistic equipment and drone strike against the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. Now, the reason why they did this is because for the past 3 days, over 800 drones were sent towards Moscow. Alright, so that's the reason why they retaliated. Alright, so they're saying likely one of the largest since the full-scale invasion began in 2022. So this operation was big. They got hit really hard. Hundreds of drones have reportedly been down by Ukrainian air defenses and fighter jets. So fighter jets were down too? So it says here, while a number of missiles have struck the city, causing damage to several high-rise, you know what. So what, I don't know about the jets. So they hit the Russian jets. Once again, Kiev said Russia carried out combined missile drones on Ukraine's capital, remains under alert. Continued drone strike are being reported. Now, Russia say they were going to go after like military facilities and stuff like that. That's what he said earlier today. Oh, so we do have more updates about this one here, guys. You have NOAA warns above average 2025 hurricane season could break insurers. So again, there's going to be 13 to 19 named storms this year with up to 5 major hurricanes, fueling panic in the insurance industry already battered by $50 billion in wildfire losses and $17 billion more from spring storms. They're going to start raising insurance. I live in Florida. Trust me, they already raised insurance. It says here with conventive storms claims at a 20-year high and reassurances cost surging. Experts call the risk existential. NOAA says it's ready, but insurers were warned growing climate exposure and rising asset values are outpacing mitigation. You will never enter a fair fight with nature, one analyst quipped. Alright, so once again, guys. Yep, we live in the state of Florida. Me and my wife today, we were talking about possibly relocating to another state. Now, she's like, it's up to you. And she's like, no, we're not living near Yellowstone. So, she really don't like those regions because of Yellowstone. So, again, I'm thinking about possibly maybe, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful states out there, but we are planning on moving to somewhere that there's snow and, you know, all these different seasons. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the PayPal link and the Cash App link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so The Guardian is putting out the information. This is all the updates. So you have multiple people impacted as Russia strike Kiev with drones and missiles. Boom sound heard across capital. And fires ignited while the bear and crane began largest prisoner swap of war. So what we know on day 1186. Man. Once again, Kiev came under heavy drone and missile strike by the bear forces overnight into Saturday, triggering fires and impacting at least 8. The Ukrainian capital mayor said. Boom sound and machine gun fire were heard throughout the city, and many Kiev residents took shelter in underground subway station. Debris fell in at least 4 districts, said the Kiev military administration, with 6 requiring medical care. Now, people's going to be like, the bear's mean, the bear's bad. Here's the thing, guys. The bear got hit with 800 drones. That's a big number. 800 drones from Kiev. That's a big number. Pictures posted online showed smoke billowing from the top of one block of flats and flames leaping from part of another as emergency crews trained water on it. The bear and crane on Friday began a major, complicated exchange of military prisoners of war and civilians. Right, Peter and others. So, once again, the leader, Zelensky, Ukraine president, said the first phase brought home 390 Ukrainians, with further releases expected over the weekend. Now, the Bear Defense Ministry said it received the same number from Ukraine. Now, Ukraine should focus on fighting a high-tech war of survival that minimizes losses of its personnel and not expect to recapture the bear-occupied territory. According to, I'm going to skip his name, the former head of the Ukraine's armed forces. Now, this person, who is the Ukrainian ambassador to the UK, said cranes should be using a minimum of economic means to achieve maximum benefit. Ukraine is not capable of another war in terms of demography and economy, and we shouldn't even entertain the thought. Peter reports that Ukraine military has announced the expansion of a drone wall or drone line to counter the bear forces. All right, so you have 150 billion pounds, I think that's the currency there, loans program to rearm Europe was finalized this week. Member states can request EU-backed loans under the 150 billion Security Action for Europe SAFE scheme, which was approved on Wednesday. It is part of the 800 billion. Again, it's not dollars, it's not US currency, that's their currency. 800 billion rearmament plan drawn up after US President interrupted US military aid to Ukraine. Once the loans agreement is rubber stamped next week, EU member states have 6 months to draw up plans for the defense project. Member states will take those loans and will use them for joint procurement together with Ukraine and for Ukrainian needs. Andreas, the EU's defense commissioner, told The Guardian's Jennifer. Once again, Russian foreign minister said it would send Ukraine its terms for a peace settlement once their prisoner swap was complete. Sergei didn't say what those terms will be, and the Kremlin has shown no sign of walking back its maximalist demands. Now, Ukraine's military general staff said it hit a Bear battery manufacturing facility in the Lipetsk region, which it says supplied the Bear missiles and bomb manufacturers. It struck the Energia plant in the city of Yelets, it said on Telegram on Friday. The shutdown of the plant may leave some of the Russian occupiers' military equipment and weapons without critical batteries. A Russian military court in the western city of Ryazan has jailed a Russian-Italian man for 29 years after finding him guilty of, charges and doing some bad stuff. A freight train went boom in 2023 at Crane behest. Now, Russian state media reported. The RIA news agency cited Ruslan, lawyer, as saying his client had partially admitted his guilt. Russian language news outlets have in the past reported that Santiago admitted his actions but denied intent to harm anyone or acting on anyone else's orders. He viewed his action as sabotage rather than, and himself as a prisoner of war, those reports said. All right. That's the latest breaking news updates. But boy, oh boy, the bear dropped a hammer. And this was a big one. They sent a message to Zelensky. You want to fire 800 drones at us? Well, here's something for you. At the same time, they were doing that swap, that prisoner swap. When is this going to end? Give me a second here, guys. Trying to see if there's any more information here. Guys, we already talked about this one, but let me just bring this up again. So you have expert issue warning. over dangerous new C19 strain imported from the Red Dragon, now in multiple US states. Now, again, they are saying this is not like really big like the one in 2020, but I just feel like stories like that they put out so many of us could go out and get that, the shot thing. All right, sometimes they put stories like that, and sometimes people buy into it. They fall for the trap. But remember, guys, yesterday you have certain people sounding the alarm that soon they're gonna be putting labels on the shot thing, that side effect stuff, and it could cause your heart certain issue, and it's mostly on male, teenage male, or older guys, whatever. It seems like it's only male that's going to be impacted. So again, please do your research before you start taking the juice. At the same time, I want to bring this one up. I did talk about this, but I just want to bring it up one more time. So you guys already know her, Tusi, serving as the US Director of National Intelligence, has reportedly confirmed Joe, that guy supposedly got like what, 83 million VOTES? Joe has placed many, look at this, sleeping giant citizens on terror watch list simply for speaking out against the C19 mandates. People like me, we talked about that. What happened to Paul Lewis? Suspended again. I guess in the year 2020 alone, I got suspended like 8 times. I'm like, man, this is why I use code words. But again, we had a sleeping giant leader that was silencing millions of sleeping giant, which is wrong. He's supposed to be for the sleeping giant people, not against it. Give me a second here, guys. By the way, I did post the live stream on Patreon. I did a live stream on Patreon. So I've been very busy today. So if you guys haven't checked out the Patreon, again, it's only $5 a month. It will give you access to our live stream. We go live once a week. That's another way to support the channel. 5 still on the run. New Orleans Jailbreak widens with fresh cuffs. Another suspect is in custody as the manhunt intensifies for 5 inmates. Still loose after the brazen escape from the Orleans Parish jail. Emmett Weber, 28 years old, was cuffed Friday for aiding 2 fugitives, joining a growing list of alleged accomplices, including accused of funneling cash through apps and offering shelter. Once again, police have now recaptured half of the escapees. The remaining 5 are considered warning, and face serious charges ranging from, considering, again, massive lawlessness. Tip lines are open. City is on alert. Wow. I'm going to share that one if you guys want to check out the video. Yeah, it seems like this is all of it here, guys. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing much. It's gonna be another slow day tonight. Um, so yeah, let me just bring this up one more time. So the bear unleashes massive missile barrage on Kiev hours after historic prisoners exchange. The bear reportedly launched one of its largest ballistic missile and drone strike on Kiev tonight, striking, you know what, just hours after completing the first phase of a historic prisoner exchange that freed nearly 800 from both sides. Ukrainian air defenses and fighter jets has taken down hundreds of drones, while multiple missiles struck the capital, damaging several, you know what, and what appears to be one of the most intense bombardment since 2022. The timing of the strike comes as Crane and the Bear completed their biggest prisoner swap since the war started, with 390 Ukrainians returning home as part of a 2,000-person exchange agreed upon during last week Istanbul talks. All right. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here, but thank you so much for tuning in. Check out the videos I posted today. The links will be in the comments box, and I did went live. I had to do 2 separate videos. Something happened to the first live. I kind of accidentally hit the end live stream, and I went live again. In the second live, I kind of captured something in the sky. Again, it might have been a helicopter, but it seemed like it was a drone. But again, the links will be in the comments box if you guys want to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Again, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.